Today is Wednesday. No training on Monday, obviously, because we just came back. I was actually still at Wales on Monday. I stayed an extra day just to make it easier for me to get the coach. But yeah, we got 150, 120, and a 90 meter. And that's the session because I just came from the gym, like literally just went to track. So we're gonna do that session. Then that's it. Because my legs, they hurt, but I need some volume. So we're gonna get that volume in, work on what we were working on at Wales, and then hope for the best. So, session done. As you guys noticed, I didn't talk during any of it. I was just so tired, but also because there's no reason to talk. We already know what I need to do. Now it's just about going into the training and doing all of that, because that's it really. And considering what we were dealing with before we got to training, even the session was bad, I'm not going to be like, oh shucks, it was terrible, I should have done this, should have done that. I can barely move, so I'm walking side to side, and I have to fall to walk. So you expect me to run crazy fast? It was gonna happen. But in case I didn't mention it, the session was 150, 120, and 90. This week's gonna be the worst week because we're gonna have gym and track on Wednesday, and probably another day as well. Might be Friday. Yeah, Friday. But next week that's not going to happen. We're going to only have the gym then track on Monday, and Monday is my lighter session because the intensity is the lowest. The intensity ramps up as we go through the week. I'm training Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. With Saturday, well, literally Monday being the easiest, work your way up to Saturday, which is the hardest. So the fact that we've only got the gym on a Monday means we shouldn't run into this issue again next week. And no, you won't be seeing the gym. Not because I don't want to show you guys, but because it's just accessory work. I can tell you what I'm doing if you want. It's hang snatch, Nordic eccentrics, weighted, adductor, cable adductors and abductors, parallel twists. That's it across 4 days. The only difference is the reps and sets and the intensity across each day. It's Smolov inspired. So if you've ever done a Smolov Junior or know what a Smolov Junior is, SMOLOV, then Junior, look that up. Then that's what we're kind of doing. But again, it's quite boring. Nothing really interesting is going to happen, and I doubt it's going to be worth calling home about regards to like speed improvements if you've already seen what I do at Stratford or Nationals, and you're like, oh wow, Jevon did the gym for 3 weeks during this period, and this is what he used to pull it off. That's probably not going to be the case. Chances are it was just me getting more refined with my technique, helping me to get the job done. So I'll just leave it at that. I'll see you guys on Friday. On Wednesday, I was speaking to my coach when I was leaving, and he was saying I should have broke 11 easily based off of what I was telling him the race is going. I actually should have shown him the race. Maybe I'll do that today. But he said we're going to do some drills. If he remembers, we're still going to do some drills. So we'll see what he's got for me. And if we want to use this session to get ourselves back into sprinting again. My legs hurt. I went to the gym today as well. My legs hurt. I can't wait for next week when I won't be sprinting on any gym days other than Monday, which is the easiest day. So I'm walking on my way now, so I'm going to warm up when I get to the track. We're going to get straight into it. So right, first rep is trash. Let me start with session. It's 10 meter build up and then 20 float, and I think it's about a 30 meters hold. I'll just go into my coaches, so it could be longer, it could be less. I've even been 20, it didn't really feel that long, but because of how short my phases had to be, once I had to get to the hold period, because he told me to change how I was running for that part, I ended up just being toey instead. So we're gonna have to obviously try again and make sure that what happened there doesn't happen again, so that when we go and run, we scoop ice cream. Because you want to scoop ice cream, not poke ice cream. That's kind of what I was doing, since I was very toey. So we'll try again and see what success we have or don't have. Okay, time for rep 2. I think it's about being patient. I need to rise fully and transition before I stop accelerating. So let's do that. My coach said that was it. What I did was exactly what he wanted. I think the main issue, the first rep, was a bit of miscommunication, because he said accelerate, then hold, and then I want you to it's accelerate, float, and then hold what you have. So I was like, okay, let me accelerate as hard as I can, and float up, and then hold. But again, like I was saying before, the zones are just so short, I can't do that. So when he told me just to go at like 70% in acceleration, and then do the same things, I had more control. So when I got into the when I got to the hold phase, I could do what I was supposed to do. We weren't toey, we scooped ice cream, and we just opened up and went. He told me that if I was able to figure this all out, I would be where I'm supposed to be for this season, which is 10.6, 10.5 is what he said, and he's never been wrong. So it's not really about him being wrong, it's about can I get it done before the season ends. So I'm going to take that to heart. I'm going to figure out how to do this on command again and again and again, so that we can do this in a race, and specifically at Stratford. Because if I'm able to hit time like this at Stratford, not only have I easily qualified for not even like the 10.5, 10.6, but like even a bit higher, not only have I easily qualified for nationals for the 100, but I am expecting a PB in the 100, potentially the week afterwards at nationals, and definitely PB in the 200. But it's mainly just about going out there and doing it. For now, it's not so much about executing on race day, it's executing here so that race day can get done. So I think we're gonna do another rep. I mean, I'm just following him. He hasn't told me any reps, he hasn't told me any sets. I'm pretty sure we're just doing reps, no sets. But yeah, get ready to go again, and then we'll see what we can do. The rep, me and my coach both agree, was punchy, which wasn't supposed to happen. Around scooping ice cream, we were kind of like poking ice cream. We're going to try and keep the terminology the same. We're kind of poking ice cream. So we're going to go again and try not to let that happen. It wasn't as bad as the first rep, but it wasn't as good as the second rep. And if you've got perfection once, you want to be able to get a second, third, and fourth time. It's not like I haven't done this before. It's just I haven't done this in such a short period. Like I've done it on a bend before, not in comp, but in training, where I had time to gradually get to scooping ice cream. But I haven't had to come out my transition and get to speed and then say, okay, now let's start scooping ice cream. So if we can figure this out, that'd be good. Like I already said, we're gonna go again. We're gonna try get some perfection. I tried to put my hips. I think he got in the way, so I'm not sure. I might have to not do it the next rep or do it again anyway. We'll see. But regardless of what we do, we need to make sure that ice cream is scooped. Better than the third one, but worse than the second one. It was in between, but I don't really want to talk about the rep. I actually want to talk about the run. So I was half punching, half scooping the ice cream, half poking, half scooping the ice cream. And I got to the orange cone and my coach said, keep running. He's been saying this for all the runs. So I'm like, okay, I'll keep running. I kept running. I come back and he says, from where you, like a certain point where I passed, up until the orange cone, I ran 2.98 seconds, which you might originally think, you'd be like, that's not that quick. You know, like, yeah, well, it was probably 20 meters. But I checked. I looked at the point he calculated and I looked at the markers on the side, and that was about 25 to 26 meters, not 20. So I wasn't moving slowly. I was flying, and I wasn't even doing the technique properly, but I was still flying. Because you're saying I was even kicking my feet out. Yeah, I still dropped that. I'm actually going to figure out what that would have been for a 10-meter fly, just so we can put this into perspective so it makes more sense to everyone. 10-meter fly, that's 1.19 seconds, which initially looking at it doesn't seem that fast. But here's the thing, I was going at about 70, maybe 80%. This wasn't 100%. So if I'm able to drop a time that fast, barely trying, not even doing the technique right, what would happen if I did the technique right and I am trying? So my coach said we're gonna do one more rep, and this time it's gonna be a full 100%. He wants to see what I can do, and after that I want to see what I can do. So let's put it to the test and get some hard numbers and see what we can actually do. I'm probably not gonna be able to do a side view though, because 100 meters is obviously quite long, so I'll see what I can do. I might push it all the way back, but if I can't, then I'll try and angle it near the end, because there's a seat for the officials when there's races over there, which is at the finish line but blocks the finish line, so I don't exactly know where I want to place this, but I'll do my best. You know it's going to be a good run when all your phones are about to die. So this is even the phone I was recording on. Let me get that phone. So look, it's recording on this phone. This phone is on 8%. You see it right there. And obviously this phone is on 10%. The phone I'm currently holding, I think it's on like 30-ish%. Like this phone, like normally, yeah, my phones don't die. I always make sure they're charged. And I forgot to charge, as you can see, pretty much all these phones. And my main phone, the one I'm recording off of right now, what do you call it? I had to charge it on when I was leaving, and I haven't really been using it other than to listen to music, which I haven't done since I came to track. So hopefully that's a good sign. Why is this camera so good? Anyway, hopefully that's a good sign, and let's get to it. Oh yeah, before I start, so I wanted to say some other stuff about that run, just to make it more understandable why that run was so impressive. 4th rep, I'm tired. Just came from the gym, my hamstrings are battered. I'm wearing flats, I'm not in spikes. Wasn't even doing the technique right. And I think that might have been it. It might have been like some extra stuff that I've forgotten to talk about, but I'm pretty sure that was it. Like, there might have been some few other stuff. Oh yeah, 70%, 70 to 80%. If we were going harder, at best, like 85, maybe if you're pushing it, 90, but it wouldn't have been 90 the whole run. So that just makes it even more impressive. And that's the word she wrote. Oh, I'm not gonna keep you guys in suspense. It was 11:26, which with the same circumstances that I had, that's rather good. There was something else that I forgot, which was a factor into why the time that I ran, all the times I ran today, are more impressive. If I remember it, I'll say it, but that was probably near the latter, that's not worry, but near the worst part of the session, because I hadn't gone all out in any of the session. When I was going all out, I had to figure out when to merge the technique into my sprint, and then I ended up being toey, which just means, my coach's own words, every single stride we're starting and stopping, which is adding on time for no reason. Out of spikes, that would have been about an 11 flat. so can't seem to get away from 11 flats. But 11.26, if I remember right, is the exact same time I ran in, if not October, November, the start, well yeah, October, November. And I did that out of spikes with my start and everything else. Actually, I think I did that from a 4-point, and I did this from a 2-point. So that's really good considering. But it's just about now getting used to the technique and making no mistakes during the technique. My stride opened up, which is good, but we just need to make sure that the feet are doing the right thing, so that the landing mechanics is right, and then my body can just push me over the edge and do what we know we can do. But that's the end of the week, and I guess the end of the video. I don't think I'm gonna train tomorrow on Saturday. Just need to give myself some rest because I'm gonna have my hardest day in the gym, I believe. So let's rest, and then I'll see you guys next week, where hopefully my gym training will be on the right days. So this type of thing where my legs are battered, one day my sprint sessions won't happen, be on Monday.